Push P. Yeah, push P. Turn me up. Turn me up, P. Corners in the paddock, gave my piece. Push P. Cop new hammer for my P. We don't want no.
Hello, wonderful people of YouTube. This is Cree, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. As always and forever, Mama truly appreciates you. And welcome to my new subscribers that has come on board over these last couple of weeks. I do appreciate y'all, and welcome to y'all as well. You know, it's people like you that keeps me going, that keeps me motivated to keep this thing going. So I thank y'all, and I will not let y'all down. But anyway, I want to talk about a post that I came across last week. May have been sometime last week. Well, it was a post that I originally saw on, I think it was like either Facebook or Instagram, and then I posted about it. And then I went and found the article about it. And reading the article, I was heartbroken, devastated, and pissed off all at the same time while reading and looking up everything about this. So it's about a young woman in Milwaukee. It's in a small town in Milwaukee, or maybe right outside of Milwaukee, about an 850-pound woman. Yes, you heard that right, 850. She passed away a little over a month ago at her mother's home, and the ordeal that had to be done to even get her out of the house was crazy work. It took about 30 people in over 12 hours just to get her out of the house. Just to get her out the house. And then it didn't even stop there. Once they got her out the house and got her into the truck, I think it might have been a fire truck, or the back of a fire truck or something like that they loaded her onto. But then in the midst of them doing that, the fire department had an emergency call that they had to go to. And so the body had to ride along in the emergency vehicle. And then they didn't have anywhere to store her. They didn't have any table, any funeral home, anywhere that would store a body of that capacity. So she had to sit in the truck all night long, and then be transported. Mind you, I said she's in Milwaukee. They had to transport her to a crematorium in Illinois, because there was absolutely no place in the state of Milwaukee that could handle a woman that size. Now, the thing that pissed me off about all of that was the mother. The mother had the nerve and the audacity to say that the city needed to do more. The city needs to have something in place for something like that. Ma'am. Not you sitting up here putting blame on the city to clean up a mess that you helped make. You helped do that. Okay, so let me read a little bit of this article that I found on Fox 6 Milwaukee's website. Is it Cudahy? I think it's Cudahy, Wisconsin. If I'm butchering that name, yeah, let me know. A Cudahy mother is sharing her story after her daughter died. She suffered with morbid obesity, and because of her weight, getting her the proper funeral arrangements was nearly impossible. Carolyn Alvario's daughter, Cassandra Ortiz, passed away a week ago. Now, see, this was back in early June when this article was posted, and it's now the end of July. At the time of this recording, it is July 24th, so we're going to be heading in August soon. So yeah, about a month and a half ago that her daughter passed away. Where am I at? Passed away a week ago. Beautiful soul, Alvario said, contagious laughter. But remembering the light she brought to this home was clouded by what happened there after she died. I don't wish what we are going through. I don't wish that on anybody, she said. There's not a funeral home that would take her. The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner said Ortiz weighed 850 pounds. Alvario said it took around 12 hours to get her daughter out of the home. She said because of her weight, no one had the capacity to handle the case. To walk in that room and just keep seeing her there, and it's like, oh my God, when are they going to get my baby out of there? Alvario said. They need to get her out of here. The owner of Church and Chapel Funeral Services, Ted Larson, wanted to help. The Cudahy Fire and Police Departments and Larson's team eventually moved Ortiz. There were at times 20 to 30 people in this house trying to help this family address this situation. He said there isn't a crematory in Milwaukee metro area large enough, and Ortiz had to be transferred to Illinois. But because the fire department was called to a fire, Ortiz remained in the van for safety reasons because they didn't have nowhere to put her. Myself and my colleagues were not capable of taking her from the van to put her onto any table to accommodate her and this and that, Larson said. Alvario urges other families to pre-plan arrangements. With her having sat so long in the bed and having sat so long in the van, even if we wanted to, we couldn't do a funeral. She wants the state of Wisconsin to have a protocol for situations like her daughter, so no family has to deal with a challenge during an already difficult time. Something has to be put in place, Alvario said. Girl. Honey, the only thing that should have been put in place is a weight loss plan. That's the only thing that should have been put in place. Because from what I'm looking at the pictures that they posted in these news articles and from what I'm seeing online, she was not 850 pounds in these pictures. She looked like she had to have been about half of that. Maybe 450, probably close to 500 in those pictures. She was in your house. She was in your house, which means you were the one providing the food for her. You were the one giving her all of that food. People don't realize food addiction is a real disease. It's just like any other addiction. And there's no telling what went on in this young lady's mind to get her to mentally put herself in that position to where she was just constantly gaining weight and not doing anything about it. Mentally, there was something that wasn't there, and that's when therapy, something should have been put in place before it got to where it got. Because 850 pounds, you're not even able to stand. You're not able to walk. You're not even, how she even go to the bathroom? I'm like, how? She wasn't doing that. She couldn't have been bathing. 850 pounds, you can't do nothing. That's almost half a ton. You can't do nothing. Which means everybody has to do everything for you. And as her mother, dog, you should have been doing something other than giving her pounds and pounds of food, her sitting 3 to 4 to 5 times a day, or however many times she was eating. She was under your care. I don't care how many names she called you, how many, oh, you a bad mother, how guilty she made you feel. No. You should have nipped that shit in the bud. You should have been feeding her salads and shakes. And if she cop an attitude, hey, you gotta be like the average black mama. Well, you know what? Don't eat. Starve. Because what's she gonna do? She gonna starve to death? Hell no. Hey, that's impossible. There's no way that anybody in that family should have allowed any of that to happen. See, let me tell y'all a little story about me. See, I have had struggles with weight all my life. All my life. I'd say from the time I was about 8 years old. I've always been a chubby girl. And what makes it so bad is that, like, I wasn't really like a voracious eater like that. You know, I used to have skinny friends that could eat a whole buffet table by themselves and not gain any weight. And all I gotta do is look at food and I'm ballooning up both sizes. I could never understand it. It used to piss me off so much. And child, I done tried so many different diets of all sorts over these last 20 years. And yeah, I might lose a little bit, but then I don't lose no more. But then after I didn't lose it, then I stopped the whole diet thing and then my weight come right back. Then I lost a nice amount of weight. Then I messed around and got pregnant and gained all that weight back and then some. And so by the time I was about 35, about maybe 35. So we talking 2014, 2015, somewhere in there. The biggest weight, that's when I reached my heaviest, and I was like 360 pounds. No lie. And I made a vow right then and there that I was not gonna make it to 361. I'll be damned. And then in the years following that, I did like a workout regimen. I had, a nice meal plan going on. I did all the right stuff, but I really still wasn't losing anything. I may have, reached my plateau like around the 25, close to 30 pound mark, and then it just didn't go no further than that. And it was like, no matter what I did, no matter what I tried to do, I, cut portions and eventually cut the sweets out, drank more water, but it was like nothing was working. And it wasn't until I was 40 that I found out, I got diagnosed officially with suffering from a medical condition called PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. If I got any PCOS sufferers on this video, let me know down in the comments. It's a struggle. And one of the main struggles is losing weight. It is absolutely hard, damn near impossible to lose weight, no matter what you do. And it will frustrate you to the point where you just like, well, shoot, I might as well just stay fat forever. This ain't gonna never work for me. So fast forward to about a year ago. So summer of 2023, I went to see my doctor, and he's telling me, you really need to lose weight. By this point now, I'm diabetic. I wasn't diabetic at first, but then I developed diabetes. Don't know how after I said I did all the right stuff. And I'm like, well, what the hell is going on, doc? I've done tried everything. I done did this, I done did that. I don't know what to do no more. He suggested intermittent fasting. You don't know what that is. That means that I have like a 6 to 8 hour window a day to eat. And then after that, I don't need anything else. That was a bit of a shock to my system because I'm like, dog, I love to eat, but I love to eat. And my favorite time to eat, which is what I found out is what was really the culprit and the kicker, it was I eat late. That was always my problem. It ain't necessarily what I ate, but it's when I ate it. And when you eating 9, 10 o'clock at night and then going to sleep like maybe an hour later, that's gonna you up. It sure is. So then I started doing it. It was a slow process at first. The first 3 months I did it, I don't even think I was like fully committed to it, but I did do it, and I lost 10 pounds, and I was like, okay, well, it's doing something. So then I decided, okay, well, let's incorporate some working out into this. So then I started frequenting the gym and started, doing walking and stuff like that. Then the weight started to come down a little more. So I'm like, okay, maybe this might be the thing that I might need to do. Now here it is, fast forward July 2024, and I just found out 2 weeks ago I'm not even in the 300 club anymore. I'm now under 300 pounds. I don't even think I've been under 300 since I was pregnant, and we talking 17 years ago. So baby, when I tell you that was an accomplishment, child, because I didn't think I'd ever see 2 nothing. Now, once I get down to 1 something, I'm probably gonna do a cartwheel. I don't know. But I say all that to say this: I did not give up on myself. As much as I wanted to, as much as I felt like it, I didn't give up on myself. And my family didn't give up on me either, because they wasn't gonna sit up here and allow me to eat any and everything. Yeah, if I go to St. Louis, if I go home to St. Louis every now and again and grab me some White Castles, okay, yeah, they might look at me, but they know I ain't gonna get no White Castles when I get home. So, but like I said, they're not enabling me. They're not doing any of that. They never did any of that. I was always held accountable for what I put myself through and how I got to where I got when I got up to 360. And I got the help and the encouragement that I needed to make sure that I didn't make it to 361. And that is what that girl's family should have did for her. Point blank, period. Because there is no way in hell that you should let anybody in your family, especially your child, you should have never allowed her to get to that point and then turn around and blame the city because they couldn't help and they didn't have nothing in place. No, man, you should have stopped this before it even got this far. As a mother, I could have never did that. Cause shoot, when I was going to the gym, you don't think my daughter wasn't going with me? She sure was. Right there on that treadmill and them elliptical machines, right along with me. Because I'm not gonna allow her to go through the same struggles that I went through, that it's taken me 40 plus years to finally try to rectify and fix. Y'all been sitting up here over these last 20 years screaming body positivity and body positive. And you need to be happy and be grateful for the body God gave you and all that other BS. But look what happened to this young lady. Look what happened to her. And it's sad because underneath all of the fat that she was hiding up under, she was a beautiful girl. She was potentially a very beautiful young woman. And then I look up the age. The girl was only 31, 32. She was young, too young to be going through that, which means in them earlier pictures when she was smaller, she was like maybe mid-20s, 25? That's crazy. We need to get to the point where we need to go back to promoting and teaching healthy living, healthy bodies. Because all this body positivity talk, all that's doing is teaching you to just be happy with where you at and not trying to do anything to make it better. Yeah, it was cute to be, big and beautiful 20 years ago when you in your 20s and 30s, but when you reaching 40 and above, 30s, 40s, 50s and up, we need to be singing a different tune. Unfortunately, I lost my first husband for that very reason. And if I can help it, I'm gonna make sure that everybody in my family is going in the right track, is going in the right direction. Because it's pretty sad and jacked up when you seeing somebody that's walking around that's almost a half a ton and you ain't doing nothing about it and you thinking that's normal. No, we need to do something different. We need to do something else.
Do something else! Do something else!
But yeah, I want to hear from you. Give me your thoughts and opinions on this crazy situation. And let's talk about it. If you have made it this far, please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see y'all in the next video. My name is Cree, and y'all be easy.